the budget allocation for or about?
Normally every year, the finance department, headed by the director of finance, will prepare an estimate budget of the revenue within the municipality and give it to us. Then when this amount is given to us, we will then distribute it among the number of zones we have within the municipality and work towards it from January to December.
Okay, so that is the expectation.
Yeah.
That is the amount, the monies that you are expected to generate from every zone or area. Is that correct?
Exactly, yes.
Madam Chair, may I please respectfully have the budget so that I understand what the witness is trying to say.
Register, please hand over this, and then we just.
So I have the budget here,
yes.
2018 budget and zones allocation.
Yes.
So you have, for instance,
Register.
you have, for instance, Industry 1.
Yes.
Modu Buso. What is Industry 1?
When we talk of industry, this is referring to specific businesses within the municipality, especially the big ones.
Go ahead, please proceed.
Yeah, because most people assume that when you say industry, we are referring to a particular area, not an area, but number of businesses. Because that's where we have the cream of our revenue. So most of the time we give it to an experienced collector to make sure that we get this revenue before the end of the year. And so
go ahead, proceed.
Yeah, we were on this up to 2000, I think 2019 or 2020.
Yes.
Or 21. Then external audit came with a query that an individual cannot be in a particular area for more than a year or two.
Yes.
So then my director asked me to change the system by allowing collectors to collect from any business they come across within their given zone.
That was in 2021?
Yeah, if my memory could serve me well.
Now, was that effective? Did the collection go up or down?
No, it goes up.
It went up?
Yeah. Actually, when you come to trade lands and revenue collection, year in, year out, the revenue goes up.
Okay, all right. But what I mean is, based on the recommendation of the external auditor.
Yeah.
Did that help in increasing the revenue?
It helped. It helps actually.
So what were the lapses then? What did you learn from the past based on the recommendation? They had said don't allow one collector to just be in one area for long, especially Industry 1, for instance. It's an example. Yeah. And then you've abided by the recommendations and you realize that there's a significant, do I say significant increase in revenue collection?
Yeah, of course you can say significant, because if you have 1 to 3 million difference,
yes.
Significant.
And why do you think there was this increase?
Well, maybe it's basically based mainly on the number of businesses coming up. Because to be honest with you, KMC is experiencing a lot of new businesses year in, year out.
Yes.
Because although the tariff remains the same, but most of the time an individual license can be increased, charges can be increased based on an increment in the stock. So if you have a stock value of 100,000 this year, you pay, let's say 20,000. By next year, even if you have 105,000, you don't expect to pay the same 20,000. At least there will be an increment.
All right. So when you have this zone allocations in relation to the budget, and the saying is, for instance, Industry 1, the 2018 budget, the yearly budget is $14,440,000. This is what is expected for this area to generate. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And what will inform this information, this particular amount? What does the Director of Finance Office look into? Is it the assessment you would have conducted?
No.
What do they look into?
That one I can't tell. It's only finance who can tell you what they look into to determine how much a zone should bring.
But you are giving...
It's just an estimate, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but something must inform the estimate. They must work with a certain set of data.
Yeah, sometimes they look at our previous collection. What was collected last year from that particular area.
And that's what they will use to have this projection, this estimates.
Yeah.
Any question regarding this?
Yes. Mr. Fatajo, as the manager for trade license,
Yes, ma'am.
you have told us that the collectors do assessment,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So my understanding is that it is your projection as to the budget would be informed by the assessment that has been done, because the assessment would tell you how many businesses have been increased, because you already have the data for the previous year. Is that correct?
Can you repeat that? Because like
What I'm saying is, maybe I did not put it explicitly clear. The data that you have to inform the budget, is it from the assessment that the collectors do and produce to you?
when you talk of assessment,
Yes,
assessment and collection goes together.
yes,
Like in 2023,
yes,
a particular collector will be in Serekunda, let's say Serekunda Buttress 1.
yes,
By 2024, another collector will come.
Yes.
So the collector in 2020, there in 2023, whenever he or she assess, he will issue an invoice, and if possible, the person can pay that very day. It's not that assessment is done or later on collection is done. So they go together concurrently. Like if I come to you,
yes, yes,
I assess your business.
yes.
If you are in a position to pay me that very day,
Yes,
you can pay me.
the data I am referring to here, I understand that bit.
Yes.
Like the collector goes, you understand, you are now making it very clear for us that you do not do assessment on a standalone basis.
Yeah, no.
So they do it continually as they go to serve the invoices.
Exactly.
So my question is, for instance, in 2023, there was a collector that is sent to Bartes 1.
Yes.
And he has done collection.
Yes.
Of course, he has brought in revenue,
Yes.
and he has also given you a data as to the outstanding invoices that are not paid.
Yeah.
Whether it's the taxpayer that is refusing to pay, or whether, you understand, they couldn't have the opportunity of collecting that tax. So you will have the totality of what is on the ground. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that correct?
The outstanding, you mean the outstanding?
Yes, what you will know from what has been collected.
Yes.
Because you give out the GTRs.
Yes. No,
And
I don't.
no, sorry, not GTR, but invoices.
Yes.
And those invoices are recorded
Yes.
to show how much has gone out
Yes.
and how much have been paid in.
Exactly.
So that data will show you collector X for year 2023,
Yes.
this is how much he collected,
Exactly.
and this is how much is outstanding.
Yes.
So is it that information that you report on to the finance people to be able to make projection in the budget?
Yes.
Thank you. That is
We report-
the clarity I wanted.
Yeah, we report-
Because we wouldn't be able to appreciate how, you understand, you arrive at the figures that you give.
Yeah,
Because we will come to that, particularly on your monthly basis after we have dealt with the budgets. Thank you.
Welcome.
Proceed.
Yes, please proceed.
Now, before I go to my next question, Mr. Fatajo,
Yes.
in your experience as the license manager,
Yes.
and also your experience just generally working for council in the area of revenue,
Yes.
what are some of the challenges that you can share with the commission regarding license revenue collection that you know exist and it's difficult to cope or to control? How are leakages? How do you detect leakages, if any? The shortages, what would normally cause them? And how do revenue collectors evade the radar by trying to probably have some money that they will suppress in this area?
Can you break down your questions? Let me answer them maybe
It's
one
a
by
pregnant
one.
question. So it's just one question in three folds. The same question.
Yeah,
So I'll break it down. The issue is I want to understand your experience in relation to some of the problems that you face as an experienced revenue collector.
Yes.
And these problems I am talking to can be general, but also address it in line with the shortages. What would normally cause these shortages from collectors, and then how to prevent this.
Thank you, Mr. Lead Counsel. Our major problem is non-compliance of tax payment.
It's not?
Non-compliance.
Non-compliance.
People are not ready to pay license when you come to revenue collection, because you can go to an individual maybe for months, 2, 3, 4 months before you get your payment from him or her. So that's our major payment, our major challenges we are facing. In terms of revenue suppression, I'm not saying there is no revenue suppression, but because that's practically impossible. But council, under my leadership, I try to minimize it as much as possible. Because every day, I'll make sure that collectors, when they come back to the office and submit their cash books and GTRs to the internal auditors. And I personally, every fortnight or every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I will call for all GTRs and cash books to make sure that whatever they have in the GTR is what is being submitted to the receiving cashiers. So on the side of revenue suppression, we try our utmost to minimize it, if not eradicate it.
Is it possible that revenue collectors can collect more and declare less? For instance, you go to a particular place and then you're given, let's say, $50,000 and you declare, let's say, $40,000. Is that a possibility?
Well, I have never heard of it before.
Is that a possibility?
I don't think that's possible, because if it happens, taxpayers will report to me. But I have never received such a report from any.
How about if a discount is given to a taxpayer? For instance, a taxpayer is supposed to pay $100,000. You ask them to pay $75,000. You declare $50,000.
You know, it will be very difficult for a lancing collector to give discount to a taxpayer, because we have a tariff, and we all know that every day or two we have people coming after us. Who? We have the compliance coming after us.
How do they come after you?
To check whether people paid or not, and what they paid, whether it's in line with the tariff or not.
Compliance, how do they do this?
Well, I don't know, because maybe based on the directives from their
So I ask this because if you look at the License Act, the amendment of the second schedule, Order 2019, you will see it talks about the different tariffs, correct?
Yes.
I have on page 16, for instance, I wanted to shed more light on this, where you have motor vehicle spare parts dealers.
Dealers, yeah.
How do you determine how much they should collect?
Motor vehicle, I think it's 1 million and above should pay 37,500.
Good, correct. So it says
we are not experts in assessment. We use our know-how and experience to do assessment.
That's my point here. Now, you have Class A. Paragraph F, you have Class A. It says stock value of above $1 million. How do you determine this?
Now, that's what I'm saying. We use our experience and know-how.
So now, it depends, the discretion is entirely on the collector or the manager. Who has the discretion here?
The collector, the guy assessing.
Who issues these invoices or demand notes?
The collectors.
But you ask the manager
and myself,
you sign this
together with my distance. No, they sign on behalf of the.
But you issue out the demand notes or the invoices as the manager.
We all issue out. Collectors issue out invoices. Myself, I issue out invoices, and supervisors.
Who print these invoices?
From national printing.
How do you generate these invoices?
Normally invoices are provided by accounts.
Accounts?
Yeah.
And they are given to you as the manager?
No. They are kept in their office. So whenever a collector needs it, he or she will go and collect one.
They don't need to pass through you as the manager?
No.
So how do you check that?
How do I?
How do you supervise them?
The collector's invoice?
Yes.
I don't, because every week they have to report to my supervisors. My supervisors who will then report to me.
Okay, so you are saying for Class A, Paragraph F, stock value of above 1 million should pay $37,500.
Yes.
Is that yearly?
Yeah, yearly.
So how you are saying that it depends entirely to the one collected. So for instance, if the case involved is Kemo Fatajo, you have to collect, you went to a motor vehicle spare parts dealers. What will you look into to know whether this particular stock is above 1 million?
That's what I said. Maybe we use our know-how and experience.
No, now I'm asking you, what would you be looking at?
For me, the first thing I will look at the quantity of stock in.
Yes.
Maybe I will start thinking of maybe one spare parts, how much a wheel will cost, how much a tire will cost.
Yes.
And within a
so
short period
if you decide that the amount of the stock or the value of the stock is, let's say, $299,000, then what they should pay is $6,250.
Yes.
And if you decide that the stock value is above 1 million, what they should pay is $37,500.
Yes.
So if there is a stock value that in reality is way above 299,000 just by looking at it, based on your experience, but you decide still to charge them that amount, no one will ever know.
Of course, because we have people after us now.
There's no one
we have
after you.
compliance going wrong.
No, I'm just saying you can do that. That can be done.
Yeah, it's very possible.
So
this is why, sorry. This is why, okay.
Don't know, you proceed.
This is why I think National Audit came up with this query that a collector cannot assess and at the same time issue licenses.
Yes.
We tried to at least change the system, but it was not possible.
Yes.
Due to the number of employees we have within license. Because I could remember in 2019, a team was set up to be issuing invoice. Then later on, collectors will go and collect. But that was not possible. Because they did the assessment,
yes,
and collectors came back to say they could not trace the location of those businesses that they provided them.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I believe, in fact, they say that because that's what the law says, that's what the financial manual says, regarding having the same person who's doing the assessment and collecting revenue. It does not really add up. Yeah. You understand? Because it will defeat the entire purpose. If you are the one who will conduct the assessment and you are the one to collect revenue in that regard, that would not be really proper. Would that not be the case?
We will improve on it, sir.
No, I mean, you agree with that?
Yeah, of course.
That there can be really massive shortages of revenue,
yeah,
suppression of revenue and fraud based on that. So the example I am giving you, because you don't have the system in place, you can't ever enforce the system, so a collector can just decide to say, you know what, just your business, the stock value is very clear, it's above $1 million.
Yeah.
You are to pay $37,500, but just pay me $18,750. And once you pay that, I will declare $6,550.
It's very possible.
It is extremely possible. Is that not the case?
Yeah.
And so how do you solve this problem?
Unless as an institution we improve on it.
I'm asking you, how do you solve this problem?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe I will communicate to my authority, then we see a way out to have a team for assessment and a team for collection.
So a motor vehicle spare part dealer that is registered, it has to be registered.
Yes.
So if it is registered, KMC does not have information regarding the value of that particular business.
No.
And
because
so,
even, sorry.
Go ahead, proceed.
Even with registration, I don't think the value of the stock is given.
I know.
I don't think that one is given.
I'm just saying, so you don't have the value of that particular business.
No.
And values do increase. Like you said, your business may be valued $700,000 this year, but
next year, yeah,
the subsequent years, the stock value will increase.
Yeah.
So there has to be up-to-date information. That doesn't exist.
No.
And this is one of the avenues where shortages and cash suppression can easily occur. Easily. Would you really agree with that?
I agree.
We have also the same thing goes to consultancy firms as well on page 18. Consultancy firm from class A, class B, and class C.
Yeah.
Class A would be contract up value of above $750. Consultancy firm class B would be contract value above $500,000. to $750,000. Each will have a price. But again, the same way you have the variances in the type of business, the revenue collector has the discretion to decide how much you pay. And they have the discretion to declare how much they want to declare. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So, no wonder the revenue collectors are always rich. Huh?
Not as people are expected, sir.
Not us?
Not as people are expected.
No, well, revenue collectors have a lot of money. We have seen that clearly evident in these proceedings, that they have a lot of money because of the manner in which the collection is being done. So we proceed, we understand it that way. Any questions for the witness before I proceed? Okay. Now, you were discussing the issue regarding an amount of money on your statement dated the 11th of June 2024.
Yes, sir.
The second page, the third paragraph, where you have, let me read, on the issue of cash suppression amounting to over $180,000. During the period under review, I noticed an amount of over $180,000 is suppressed by one Salifo Sisi,
Yes, sir.
a licensed collector. I come to know about the issue during the period when I requested all collectors' cash books and Salifo refused to submit his cash book for assessment. I have been going with him back and forth until one day when I insisted that I must get his cash book, and eventually got the book and assessed the records and found out that Salifo suppressed the said amount of money being council's revenue. Can you please explain more on that?
Okay. Normally, every week or two, I will call for all cash books and GTR to compare and contrast. But during this period under review, that particular collector was like running, he was trying to run away from me. Anytime I call him, he will give me excuse. Sometimes I will call him on the phone, he will not pick the phone. Until one day in the afternoon, when I insisted that he must come, because I think I even asked my assistant, my supervisor, to find a police for me. If Salif failed to come, then we go and arrest him. Then he came that afternoon. I requested for his cash book, which he handed over to me peacefully. The problem was the GTR. I said, I cannot check the cash book alone. It must go alongside with the GTR. Then he gave me the GTR. When I opened the GTR, the first page, I realized that a receipt was drawn, but was not entered in the cash book. Then I went through the GTR up to the last page and discovered that he was even skipping some GTRs and drawing receipts behind. When I calculated this amount, because it's a figure, then I invited one of my supervisors to help me calculate the amount. We did together. Then I confronted Sally and asked him, what is responsible for this? Salif did not give me any tangible reason as to why he did such. All what he told me was, allow me to continue the work, then I'll be paying it in installment. I said, I cannot allow you to continue work. With this amount of money missing in your book, I cannot allow you to continue work. Then I wrote in the evening, because normally I do it to all the collectors. In the evening, Basiru Njai called me to say they need the cash book of all the collectors and the cash books and GTRs of all the collectors. So this was the reason why I could not continue with other collectors. Then the following morning, I had to hand over all the GTRs and cash books of the remaining collectors to internal audit. Or to ask you to pay for this money, which I did. And a few days later, after closing from office, a police officer called me from Kanifing station in relation to that particular issue. I went there, I found Salif there. They said he was brought there by KMC police. I said, who? They said KMC police. I said, but you cannot call me and come and witness something that you cannot tell me anybody responsible. Then they obtained a statement from me Then I left and Salif was released. Then a week or two later, I received a copy of his dismissal letter from the authority. I cannot know specifically the time frame, whether after 1 month or so. But then I received a letter from the authority that he has been dismissed from council service.
Now, what happened to Salif?
After that,
Salif, yes.
Salif was dismissed.
How was he dismissed? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
How many employees in the license collectors were having issues of shortages?
I couldn't remember the number because when the books were collected from me, I could remember receiving a copy of internal audit report concerning those having shortages.
What was done about this issue?
I think all of them paid. Within
all of them
period.
paid?
Yes, within that period.
Do you know why Salif was dismissed if all of them paid? Do you know why Salif was dismissed if all of them and the others were asked to pay? Do you know why?
No. Maybe you don't understand. I detected that of Salif.
Yes, I know.
I confronted him.
Yes.
Then that evening,
yes,
I was called by internal auditors to surrender all GTRs and cash books to them for investigation.
I understand that.
Yes.
I understand that point very well. What I'm saying is that you made reference to the internal audit report.
Yes.
In fact, it is we have the internal audit report, the date is 28th of April 2023 for the year ended January to December 2022. You understand that? This is the internal audit report. It is in fact in evidence LGC/BN/KMC/005 covering the period January to December 2022, where there were other license collectors who were found really wanted the nation to underlodgement or suppression. For instance, you have Rohi Source, where $939,025 was collected, and $937,450 was deposited. The balance is $1,575. You're familiar with this? We will give you a copy. We have Buri Juf.
Buri Juf, yeah.
Yes, Juf. The amount is $2,147.50. We have Mami Fatu Job.
Yes.
The amount is $10,650.
Yes.
We have Danjo Terawale. The amount is $2,250.
Yes.
We have Fanta Diba. $7,100 as cash shortage.
Yes.
Lamin Samora.
Okay.
$5,400. Maling Mane. $3,400.
Okay.
Suleiman Jai. $36,780. We have Jibril Dabo.
Yes.
$25,725. So you have as low as $1,575.
Yes.
To me, the amount is irrelevant. Even if it is $1.
$1, of course, is irrelevant.
It is $1, but it's still public funds.
Yeah.
Do you know what is done about this issue? These issues?
I understand these people were asked to pay and they paid of all these monies.
Were they written to?
That one I can't tell.
So they were asked, who asked them to pay?
Internal audit. When they discovered this, I think when they discovered the very day, some of them were called, their attentions were called, and they made the payment that very day.
What did management do about it?
No, I'm not aware of anything.
If they have done anything about it, would you not know?
Of course I will.
So they didn't do anything about it?
No, I did not receive.
Correct?
No, I did not receive anything.
So will Salif's case not be an isolation? Probably not treated fairly? I mean, there has to be one rule for all.
Because what happened, Salif refused to pay the whole amount at once. Otherwise, the same thing would have applied to him as well.
So where you have an issue regarding employees having issues of cash suppression, do you think asking them to pay would really help
No, paying the money alone will not help. At least a disciplinary measure should be taken.
Exactly. Because once they pay the money, they will do it again, hoping they will not be caught subsequently.
Yeah.
If they are caught, they will pay. If they are not caught, they will keep on doing it.
Of course.
And where you have 1 or 2 or 3 out of too many, and there's a report to that effect, and management did not do anything about it, what do you think that's proper?
No, it's not.
That's not proper.
No.
Something should be done about it.
Of course. And
you as the manager, you are not aware of any step that was taken?
No, I'm not aware.
Correct?
No.
So we'll leave that for now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me ask. Mr. Fatajo, the budget and zone allocations,
yes.
I'm just randomly taking from what you have given us. I want to find out. We will give you the budget and zones allocation for 2022, and I will give you the monthly
collection.
Revenue collection for 2022. And please tell us the budget is here, Registrar. Give him the 2022. Now, give him the term. Now, looking at the monthly revenue you collected for the year 2022 and the budget and zone allocation, the budget and zone allocation, in terms of what you expect them to collect as revenue.
Yes.
In 2022 is 90,400,000, right?
Yes.
And your total collection for 2022 is way above the 90,400.
90 million.
90 million, sorry.
Way above or below?
Yes, is it? Can you tell us? Can you guide us?
No, what we collected that year was less than this amount, the amount budgeted for.
It's less than the 90,400,000?
Yeah, because I could remember it was around 70-something million, if my memory could serve me well.
Now, can you give us, because you give us raw figures, can you give us the total of each year, how much you have collected? Yes, in total. Yeah, you gave us monthly collections, how to collect data.
Data, yes.
If you look at what you gave us for 2022, when you tabulate the total amount, it will be more than 90,400,000.
2022.
Please look at it.
So you added the 12 million together, the 12 months together, from January to December 2022. And it must.
I'm not saying individual month. I'm saying total for the end.
Yeah, 2022.
For yes. December 31st, 2022.
I doubt that much. Maybe it's an error.
It's an error.
Yeah, but I could remember what we collected that year was less than the target for the year. A little bit less.
Well, Mr. Fatajo, you said this is from the metrics from the system.
No, it's not a system. We are using Excel. We don't have any system.
You don't have any system?
No.
We are using Excel.
Yeah, we are using Excel.
So, but it is supposed to give you an automatic totaling of what you have inputted. Is that not correct?
Yeah, it's very correct. But that's what I'm saying. If you made an error in one figure,
yes,
it will jeopardize the entire figure.
Yes, no,
maybe that's the reason why.
No, it cannot be the reason, Mr. Fatajo, because what I am trying to get at is that your budget estimate and your collection.
For 2022?
Yes, for 2022. Yes. I'm using just 2022.
Sorry, I've seen it now.
Yes.
This was, I could remember 2019,
yes.
Our collection was more than our budget for the year.
Exactly.
I remember, but this 2022,
Yes.
I remember.
That is 2019.
Yes, 2019.
Your collection was more than your budget.
Yes.
So that is where I wanted you to clarify so that I can get to ask the question. My question is, you have budgeted, and for each zone you have collectors. And Registrar, can you please give me the document so that I can refer him to the document, please? Give me the zone allocations is with him.
Zone allocation. This is budget and zone allocation.
Now, Mr. Fatajo, you said in 2019 your collection was more than your zone allocation, right?
Our budget for the year.
Yes. So now, how do you reconcile this in your books of account? Because if you see in 2022, for instance, names of collectors, you have Lamin Samura Bartes 1, yearly budget. You have given him a target of 4,434,000. That is what he needs to collect.
Yes.
For instance, if he did collect this amount, and for each of these collectors that are in this list, each is given a target. And this is what totaled to 90,400,000. And now you have got more than 90,400,000.
Yes.
How do you reconcile this in your books of account? Because I have a challenge in this situation. Yes. Because the collector you have sent to the market to collect revenue, he knows, you have told him, he is supposed to, his target is 4,437,000. In an event, he collects up to 437 million, and then he has an extra on this amount. How do you account for the extra that he has gotten if he is not an honest collector?
Well, we don't seems to have any problem in that, because even though you
Mr. Fatajo, no, you have. You know why you have problem with that? Because you have series of overpayments by the collectors. This is what informed the overpayments that they do. Right? Is that not correct? It is a problem.
Yeah.
It is a very big problem. You cannot reconcile this in your books of account. You cannot. Because there is no mechanism at all in place to show that if Mr. Lamin Samura, Bartes 1, has collected, you don't have any mechanism to ascertain whether Mr. Samura have collected more than 4,434,000. Because your target is 4,434,000, right?
Yeah.
So what you are looking at, Mr. Lamin Samura should bring us this amount.
Yes.
So whatever he brings, if he doesn't, for example, he has sent in all these invoices and he has gotten extra. This is why we see in the books as evidence that there is so much overpayment. And there is no explanation by the collectors as to why the overpayment. Because you did not provide a mechanism to be able to capture that. And you are saying they are the ones that simultaneously do the assessment,
yes,
which is another bigger problem. Because if there is a new business and they have assessed the business, just like what council referred to you to in terms of the tariffs could be negotiated, right? Yes. So these are the problems on the overpayment and on the payments that have been done. Am I correct?
You are correct. We can improve on it, ma'am.
Thank you. Please proceed.
All right, thank you. Yes, so we proceed with your statement, Mr. Fatajo. I know you have explained the 1% that you also collected as a revenue collector, correct? The 1% that has been that council or the mayor authorized that you be paid.
General Council.
That's why I said, some people said the mayor, some people said the council. So I said both here the mayor or the general council.
Okay.
But we'll come to that. I will leave that issue. Let's go to your second statement, the additional statement of the 30th of August 2024. It has 2 pages. That is the issue in relation to monies that were deposited into your account.
Yes.
The statement reads, concerning self-cash deposits into my personal account, Trust Bank and Ajit Bank. The Trust Bank account number is 1120260143001 and the Ajit 0032012051203457. The total is $634,700 for the Trust Bank and $969,100 for Ajit Bank from August 2018 to January 2023. What is your response to this?
Apart from my salary that KMC is paying me, all these monies.
Apart from your?
But apart from my salaries.
Yes.
Because I have salaries account there where I deposit my money. All these monies are proceeds from my business, which is located in Olyunlu.
Yes. Now, let me please identify these two, the Trust Bank and the Ajit statements for this period.
This one is the Trust Bank.
The Trust Bank that you are shown, yeah. What is the account number? Please come again.
11.
Yes.
20.
Yes.
60.
Please proceed.
14.
Yes, sir.
301.
That's the Trust Bank. How about the Ajit?
Ajit is 00.
Proceed, please.
320. 1212. 051.
Yes, sir.
20. 3457.
Now you confirm that these two statement of accounts belong to you.
Yes, sir.
These are the ones you were mentioning in your statement.
Yes.
We applied to tender a Trust Bank and an Ajit Bank statement of account as identified by the witness. The Trust Bank account number is 11206014301 and the Ajit is 0032012051203457 for the period 2018 to 2023 into evidence as executed.
With account number 112060143001 and an Ajit Bank account bearing the number 003201 2051203457. These two accounts maintained by the witness are hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and they are marked as LGC/KFF/KMC/005.
As a commission, please. Now, Mr. Fatajo, how many employees do you have?
I only have one employee at a time.
One at a time.
Yeah.
Please give us the names of the employees you have employed.
I employed one Lamin Kamara, who is currently in Germany.
Lamin Kamara as what?
A sales person.
Assist person. Salesperson.
Yeah.
Okay.
I employed one Fabakar Kinte.
Fabakar Kinte.
Kinte, yes.
Yes.
I employ one Ibrahim Jallo.
Please proceed.
Then I employ one Mbemba Ture.
And Demba Ture.
Ture, yes.
That's all.
Yes.
How many in total?
4.
4.
Yeah.
How much do you pay them?
No, I pay them on commission. My first employee was one Alaji Bilo when I was in Farato. Alaji Bilo. Bilo.
So from 2018 to date, how many have you employed?
It's only one, that's member.
From 2018 to date, just member.
Member, yes.
Member what?
Ture. He's my operator, and at the same time, sales.
Did you give him an employment letter?
No.
How much were you paying him?
In timber business, normally I am paying him on commission.
On commission.
If you sell a timber, this is what you will get from one piece.
So you sell timber. So how much do you pay when it comes to tax?
How much do I pay?
Tax.
I think I could remember this year I paid to GRA.
Yes, first with GRA and then second with, where in fact is your business? Is it within the Olyundum?
Olyundum, yeah. 600 to 700 meters from Airport Junction.
That will become area council?
Huh?
That will within the become area council? You pay license? You have all your receipts?
Well, I don't remember, but I have that of this year. For the past years, because there was a storm disaster in 22 or 21? We destroyed all even my receipts in the office were destroyed.
So you don't have your license that you've paid?
For this year, I have for this year.
So from 2018?
Yes.
How much were you paying?
2,500.
Which category will it fall under?
Well, I don't know which category under Brikama Area Council, because we have different tariffs. Our tariffs are a bit different.
But you will know, you pay the license, so you know where you fall.
No, but the category is not put on the license. It's only the amount that you pay.
No, they cannot just tell you an amount and just pay the amount. You have to know what you're paying for. In fact, you more than anybody else should know. They should tell you what you're paying for, so that you know that they're not overpricing or overcharging you.
That was not.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You are a licensed manager yourself. Is that not the case?
Yeah.
You cannot just pay $2,500. Do you agree with that? You will ask them.
Which category?
Which category? And you know the category, you know the amount.
Yeah.
And you pay that amount. What do you say to that?
It's possible, but this was not communicated anyway. It was not communicated to me.
It wasn't communicated to?
When the collector called me, he said, this is what I should pay. Then I asked my guys to pay him.
No, Mr. Fatajo, I'm saying that you should be in a position to tell, in fact, you have more experience than the collector, I would suppose. So you should be in a position to tell the collector that I want to see the category I fall under and how much I should pay.
Actually, I did not tell him.
So if you have to pay 1,500, you pay 1,500 instead of $2,500.
I did not ask him that, because I was.
Do you have a shop?
It's an open shop, yes.
Do you have a shop?
Yes.
Is the shop still open? Is it still functional?
Yes.
As we speak?
Yes.
From 2018?
No, from 2008.
From 2008?
Yes.
To date. So you don't have books of accounts? The people how many timbers you've sold? Do you import this?
Yes.
Timber?
I was importing from customers.
So you're no longer importing?
No. I'm no longer importing.
When did you stop importing?
I'm now buying directly from Cambodia.
When did you stop importing?
This was sometimes 2019.
Please speak into the microphone.
2019, 2020.
2019, 2020.
20, yeah.
When was your last import?
This was 2017.
No, you said 19 or 20.
No. I couldn't recall that anyway. But
Mr.
for the past 2 years, I don't import.
For the past 2 years, we're in 2024.
Yeah.
So that will be 2022.
For logs, but for these white timbers, I
importation. So 2022 was last year?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
And there's an amount that you should pay for timber import and export.
Yes.
So you have that from 2018 to 2022.
I have my royalties here and my duty, stamp duty.
You have your?
GRA, royalties.
Your royalties?
Yeah, when you are bringing in timber.
Yes, let's proceed.
So can I make this declaration?
Yes.
Sometimes you will come across a different name there. Sometimes the truck drivers will give their name to the custom officer or the forestry officer.
Yes. So what you do, just work with the registrar and have a cover letter. You count the royalties.
Okay.
And all the period, it's just too many.
Okay.
And we will have them admitted subsequent.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Fatajo, you have several deposits into your account from 2018.
Yes.
And this is your salary account as well? So this account, your salary account?
Yes.
Yeah, for instance, 28th of June 2018, $40,000.
Yes.
10th August 2018, 10,000. The list goes on. You have December 2018, 70,000. 26th January 2019, $60,000. How would one know if these are monies that you generate from your work as a license manager, or from your timber business, if it is functional, or any other source?
Lead counsel, I am under an oath.
Yes.
I don't think I will sit here. The whole world is seeing me just to lie against my own soul. These are proceeds from my business, not from my council work.
My problem is you did not separate the business with your personal account.
No, actually I did not.
Yes, that's my
I
problem.
did not, because
so from any money that and you don't have, do you have books of accounts in your business where you record your expenditure and your against your?
No, I don't have that.
So there are no books of accounts in your business.
No.
No receipts of purchase of this timber or this log.
These are the receipts I'm showing you. No.
These are not the receipts.
No.
These are not the receipts. These are $1,200, $300 that you pay the GRA.
No receipts.
No receipts.
No.
No books of accounts. No receipts whatsoever. No one knows how much you earn in a given year or in a month. No one knows. And then you have all these transactions into your account, and you are the license manager. It's serious, Mr. Fatajo.
Well,
it's serious. I'm not accusing you of fraud, but it is not clear as well. Do you understand? It is not clear as well because you are in charge of revenue collection. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And so for you to explain to the commissioners for them to understand these significant sums of monies.
Okay, well,
You must be able to say this, how much might generate.
No, that's what I'm saying. Explanation is another thing.
Yes.
And making people believe in you is another thing.
Yes.
But between me and God, the purpose of starting this business is just to try and do away with public fund.
Yes.
Because I have it at the back of my mind.
Yes.
That whether here or hereafter, I'll be accounted for it.
Yes.
That's the reason why when I obtained this loan from council, I said it's better I start a business where I'll be able to take care of my family.
Yes. I mean, I have no reason to doubt you. But I also, it's important for you to convince the commissioners. And it's just what you say matters. The amount that you've realized in between this period is significant. Do you understand that? Yes. And your employees, the one your sales, is it your sales assistant?
Council, yeah. Council.
Your sales assistant?
Yes.
They would not be the one depositing this money into your account. Why would they not go to the bank and deposit this money?
This is my personal account.
Yeah, but
I don't have to share that with them. They are just employees.
No, but they work there.
I knew these people just in the industry.
It doesn't matter. You employed them.
Yeah. I employ them and I pay them their commission every day.
Yes.
Whatever they sell, I pay them.
How much was it? What was the percentage of the payment they receive?
No, it depends.
Is it every month?
There's a particular timber, when you sell that, you get $25 commission.
But where are the records?
Oh, to be honest with you, I don't keep record for such.
But that's the problem.
Yeah.
Where are the records? This is where the problem is.
Lead counsel, I'm saying, I blame myself, but actually, I'm telling you the truth.
I don't have a reason to doubt you. But we want to have the facts.
Yeah.
So if you can even have one record that you can show, it may convince, like receipts, like records, like if you order for timber, you will have it recorded. How much you have spent, how much you have paid for it, you will have it recorded because you want to realize profit. Is that not the case?
Yeah.
And in realizing profit, you must know your expenditure. But there is no transaction to explain that, Mr. Fatajo.
Yeah.
Not even one. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And so you will agree with me, it is extremely impossible to know or differentiate these monies from the
explanation will not convince anybody.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
All right. Any questions?
Yes. What was the level of business in 2020? What was your level of business transaction in 2020? Was the business going on?
2020?
Yes.
It was booming, to be honest with you, because that was the time we were selling these 2 meters. 2019, 18, 19, 20. We were selling these 2 meters. Okay. Maybe those in the industry will be able to tell you.
And now, if you say the business was booming in 2020, did you say the business was booming in 2020?
Yes.
Is 2020 not the year that we have the COVID pandemic?
Yeah. But that did not affect timber business.
So it did not affect the timber business?
Timber business, no.
So transactions were going on normal?
Yeah, timber was coming normal.
And the lorries were coming from Casamas and all that?
Yes.
So the restriction of movement and everything with people and transactions and businesses did not affect your business?
No, that was happening even before the COVID.
No, that is
even during the COVID.
You know why I'm asking? Because I see substantial deposits in 2020 when the pandemic was ravaging. You understand? Everywhere. And instructions were given for people to avoid contact. People were asked to stay at home. Businesses had to wind down their activities. But you have told the Commission that as at that 2020, your business was booming.
Yeah.
We just want to appreciate because we've seen significant amount of monies being deposited in your account. Like for instance, on the On the 30th of May, you deposited 25,000. On the 13th of June, you deposited 20,000. On the 27th of June, you deposited 30,000. On the 12th of August, you deposited 20,000 again. And it goes on. You have deposits of 48,000, you have deposits of 19,000, 8,000, 50,000, and the list goes on. You have 70,000 deposits, you have 84,000 deposit, and this went into 2021. So we just wanted to know, and you have told us that your business was booming as at that time, and you have also equally told us that you do not have evidence as to records of your business transaction. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now,
Yes, you may proceed, yeah.
Now, Mr. Fatajo,
Yes.
just to conclude on this issue, how much is your take home?
As salary,
Yes.
17 to 18,000, I think.
I'm just wondering, why would you keep that job if you have a business as lucrative as this one?
Why?
Would you keep the job as a license manager? If you have a business, no, just hear me out.
Okay.
If I have a doubt, I ask you.
Of course.
Is that not the case? And it's for you to clear and answer. And for the commissioners to listen to you and listen to me and draw a conclusion. Is that not the case?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm just wondering, why would you keep your job if you have a business that is as lucrative as the timber business?
Yeah. Because it's in no way affecting my job.
No, but why would you financially? You work because of finances. Is that not the case?
Huh?
You work because of what you get from your employment. What you earn is nowhere close to how much your business is generating.
Yeah, of course.
Do you agree with that? Significantly different. Why would you keep the job? You go and do this full time, you become a millionaire.
No, but I know even by doing the job, my business will still continue.
But you can't do that because
I go to the business premise on a daily basis. Any day I close from office, I'll pass by there to see how much it generated. Then I collect the money and pay them their commission. Then
do you not think if you're working in if you have a job or an employment that has to do with money, especially tax, revenue collection, do you not think that if you operate a business, it is somehow conflict?
Conflict?
Yes.
Well, I believe, Council, that depends on the individual.
You think you have the absolute discretion? The law does not require it. It requires that you have to have clearance. Were you been cleared were you given clearance to operate a business? Were you?
What?
Were you given clearance by your employers to operate a business?
No.
Did you inform them about you operating a business?
Rather,
no.
because when I was given loan, I started this business from a loan I obtained from Council. So when I started this loan, I informed them.
No, but you were not given clearance to operate this business.
No, actually, I was not given any clearance.
That's what I'm saying. So you are in charge of revenue collection, millions and millions of dollars. You run a parallel business where you generate money as well, and then your accounts are the same. The money from the business supposedly is the same with the money that you are paid, salary by your employer. And in your account, that same account, you see transactions in more than $1 million between 2018 to 2023. Do you think, or do you not see any problem with that?
Well, actually, I don't see any problem.
So anyone, do you not think it's going to be a reasonable belief for anyone to think that you are diverting funds?
Of course.
That's it.
People can believe that.
That's it. But if you had separated them, your books accounts are clear and very clear, and you have the clearance to operate a business, would that not be